Hello, fourth graders. Today I want to teach you how to use writing paper properly so that your writing looks authentic, it looks great, it's readable. We know what you're saying within your paragraphs to longer stories. The basics are knowing what side to write on your paper. As you notice, I have holes on one side and none on the other. My red line is thick and bright, whereas on this side I could see it from the other side. If I flip it over, there it is. This red line is always on my left side. If I take my hand, I want it to go like this to make the letter L. Easy peasy. That way, these holes line up, and if you put them in a binder, we have folders that have little tabs that we put them in. That is why we have our holes on the left side. Okay, if you are writing this way in your left hand, even though it's like this and you see your holes on this side, that's a no-go. I want you to flip it over so you see your holes with this dark red line. Now, when you are writing, you want to not start on this top line. This space is space. What I want you to do is I want you to start writing your name, not just up in this space. We're going to work on writing it neatly on the top of the line in this space. So I want you to write your name here on this side, and I'll write my name here. Okay? Selena. That's where I want you to put your name. Somewhere over on this side. Okay, it's not floating. It's chilling on the line. That's all I want. When you are writing a story, a paragraph, you're summarizing for us, you always want to be able to write it the proper way, like you see in a book, with an indent. An indent is just a little spot like that. Maybe a finger. Okay, you don't draw the spot there. But it could be about a finger space to indent. Okay? Then you start on the next line or the next space. Okay? That space, you want to be able to put your words there. So for what we did in one of our practices was write about ourselves. So I'm going to write about myself. Okay? And I'm going to make 3 sentences because that's all I asked of you. But when we are writing anything, even if it's lined paper, we're typing, we want you to have 5 sentences or more within a paragraph. A paragraph starts with an indent every single time. So I'm going to write, my name is Selena. Now notice, I still have room all the way to this little red line that's right there. So I don't want to jump right down. I want to be able to continue on. I want to fill up to this spot. My name is Selena. Okay. I have, and now because I hit the red line, I'm going to go down here. Blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay. Now, as you notice right here, I have a little bit of space to this red line. That's okay. I'm just going to jump down here. That's okay to have that little space because maybe my next word is a little bit bigger than that space. Maybe. But I'm going to use the word in. In my family, we have 5 people. And I'm going to put this little, like, it's a semicolon, basically. Explain who they are. My husband and 3 boys. Okay? My husband and 3 boys. Okay? So there's what? 1, 2, 3 sentences. Okay, I'm still going to continue with my paragraph. I still want to make it continue farther, longer. because notice I have to have 5 sentences in my paragraph. Yes, our project was only 3, but we want to work up to that 5. Especially since for most of our writing, we are doing 5 sentences or more. That way we really get to explain what is going on. Okay, I'm not starting a new paragraph. I'm still continuing with the paragraph that I have. So I'm going to jump back down. I'm not indenting. I'm going to write my next sentence. Okay. I have 2 guinea. Oops, I spelled it wrong. I know I spelled it wrong. Guinea pigs and 1 hamster. Now notice, okay, I knew when I was not editing, but basically writing and saying my sentence out loud, I knew that I spelled something wrong. Okay? I could be able to look up this word that I know I spelled wrong. I could look it up in my dictionary. I could Google it. I could ask a friend. I could sound it out. There are so many ways that you guys have been given to be able to sound words out, which when I am done, I could come back and fix that. Okay, for right now, I'm not going to fix it, but I can fix it at the end of my writing. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, now I need 5. Ooh, I really like to read, sing, and listen to music. Okay? All my sentences have a capital. All my sentences have a punctuation. Notice my commas are commas. They are not periods. Okay? That's another lesson that we have to talk about. Okay? My sentences did not start with and. I included and in my sentences when I talked about more than one thing. There are my 5 sentences. Okay? This is one paragraph. If I wanted to talk about something else, I would start another paragraph. Okay? For you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to start, some of you may already know to start here, 1 space. You guys may start another space. You may pick. For your age, you may pick. You may start on this line or this line. But the first thing that you always do is you indent. Then you start with a capital letter. Always start with a capital letter. Okay? My favorite drink is iced tea. Now, is iced tea a common or proper noun? Okay, so I guess I'll have to fix that. That's another lesson we'll come back to. Uh-oh, I forgot my period. I guess I better put my period there. Okay, my favorite drink is iced tea. Chocolate is my favorite candy. Okay, I really like to have caramel in my chocolate. Now notice, chocolate here is capitalized because it starts the beginning of my sentence. When I wrote chocolate here, it's not capitalized. It is lowercase because it's not a proper noun. It's a common noun. If I want to talk about iced tea, what is my favorite iced tea? This I would mark as an I, a lowercase I. My favorite iced tea is from Starbucks. I go to Starbucks every day. Okay? Starbucks is capitalized because that is the common noun. It's a restaurant. I could say I go to restaurants every day to get tea. But in this case, I go to Starbucks every day. Okay? My favorite chocolate is a Rolo. My favorite chocolate is Rolos. Notice R is capital because that's a proper noun. That's a type of chocolate brand. Chocolate is not. Now, I need to check my paragraph to see, do I have 5 sentences? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I make it? Yes. And yes, check. Okay, you're not really going to put those checks on your paper, but for this case, I just did it, okay? Now, I need to make sure when I am done writing, I don't just go, I'm done, because that's going to be like, well, did you check it? Your teacher's going to ask you that. Did you edit it? Editing means going back to look at what you need to fix, okay? If I'm reading it, I can read it out loud to myself. I could read it whispering. I could read it to a friend. I could have a friend peer edit it if that's allowed. Okay, that way you really hear it. If you're reading in your head, you're going to hear it differently. Okay, because I could skip over guinea for guinea pigs, and I could skip over guinea and go, hey, that looks right. But I know that this is not. So I'm going to look that up in my book or online or wherever to be able to spell it properly. Okay, down here, I could edit this I for iced tea. It should be lowercase. Okay, I'm going to make sure that it looks like my letters are lowercase or uppercase if they need to be. No matter where I is in your sentence, I is always capitalized when it's by itself. Okay, we're 4th grade. We should remember that. We should know that. Okay, so when writing, to recap it all, the holes are on the left side. With this line, you make an L and you cover your holes. Okay? These are your margins, your dark line and the light line, which happens to be the dark line from the other side. Because when you start writing more, you will flip to the other side. And that will have your margins as well. Okay? Holes on the left. You're going to put your name on the right-hand side, on the line. It's not floating. It needs somewhere to be. It needs to be on land. Okay? Next, when you're writing a paragraph, you indent. You indent. Okay? Maybe 1 finger width. Okay? Make sure there's spaces between your words. You have capitals and punctuation where you need to have it. I do not have punctuation anywhere else in any middle of the word. Okay, I edit it. I can see that. Okay, I have 5 sentences, or how many sentences were required of me for this task? Okay, then you check it and you're good to go. Okay, so please make sure you try to remember all these rules when you are writing. And I hope to see that your writing on written line paper improves. Have a great day.